Hello everyone, Renir Games here, and we're back with some more modded Minecraft survival as we're playing FTB Revelation, and this is then episode 7. And since the last episode I have started a little bit on the roof, as well as I did an expansion this way too, as this is our storage room right here, and I kind of want to make a crafting room area over here, as well as having some kind of area up there for something. I'm not quite sure what yet, it's just I felt like it. I haven't finished the roof, but I'm working on it, and we're not going to be working on more roofs in this episode, or any episode most likely, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to torture you guys with roof crafting, as I will be doing that off camera. But in this episode I kind of want us to focus on making a windmill. Actually, I haven't decided where I want it yet, but I kind of want a tower and so on, but in the start we just make a little temporary windmill just to have it. So we have a constant flow of energy, and we will making it look a lot more steampunk-like eventually. Of course, I'm not a steampunk expert as I never built it, but my plan is at least to build this one a little bit more fantasy, so there might come some buildings and this thing might become very big eventually. But for now it's looking almost like a farmhouse expansion, but I kind of like it. I like the style. For windmill, me talking, I can just stand here and talk for a while. For the windmill, we actually are going to be needing this creosote oil. So I've already just put in some logs for cooking. But we soon need to empty this one, or else it's going to get full. But I actually have an idea for that too. And our tree farm we made in the last episode has stopped. And that is because I've been too lazy to actually... Or not too lazy, these chests here are almost full. But I haven't filled up the canola press with canola, so we're not getting more oil, so therefore no more energy. But as you can see, we are pretty full on this side and almost full on this one. And I also did make the sludge refiner since the last episode, so all the sludge this one is producing gets pulled over to the sludge refiner. And that makes then us clay, as well as sand and dirt and soul sand even. So that's very nice. And it has made a lot more clay too. I just have used it a lot for this project. It didn't make too much clay, so I have been out digging a lot. But it gives a little extra clay we can use for our bricks. Yes, so I think before we start up anything, I want to fire up this one. And the sun is already going down. I felt I just left, but apparently not. So we're going to be taking some canola first just to fire up the oil generator. So that one is working while we are doing other stuff. Of course, the wood is starting to get filled up, but no problem. So we're just gathering this lot of canola. Not Corona, but canola. And we're going to just putting it in the hopper here. And that's slowly going to be starting up then, because this one has a buffer. So there's no need to worry that suddenly we're out of power and we need to re-buffer it. As this one will always have a little power stored. So that is good. And then it's going into the fermenting barrel, and then we have energy again. And this tree farm is then starting. Could be that these chests here now is going to be filled up rather quickly. So we might want to maybe add a small chest maybe here just to have it. Of course, when it stops, it stops. And then we have plenty of wood, which was in a way the purpose of it. But later on we will of course have a way, so we're also using it to make a lot of clay. So the leftover wood maybe gets burned into RF or something. We'll figure that out. Yes. So derailing. Trying to rail back to making that windmill I was talking so much of. And then, yes, I had a plan to take this oil out, as we have this portable tank that we actually can be using, because now it's empty. And we can hook that one up to the cook oven to extract the oil. So if we just hook that one up there, and we're gonna get some what are they called again? Fluid ducts. Yes, we only need one, and we also need servo. So we're gonna be making that. Needs 2 iron plus some nuggets. There. And we're gonna be needing 1 redstone. Haven't really been doing too much mining yet, so the quarry we're working on here hasn't really changed much. But I have to just get myself together and just get it done. So I kind of want to decorate that one too. Just like we're building here, we're gonna be decorating that too, so it looks a lot nicer when we're going down. And I was thinking of having some rails and so on. So it looks just nice. But yeah, that we take later on. So we're just gonna be going out now, and then it doesn't matter if we have them from the top or bottom, but I kind of like it from the top. I have the servo and ignore, and it's gonna be pumping out. As you can see, it's now filling up this tank. So we don't have to worry that much. Of course, this one, how much do they actually contain? It contains a few buckets at least worth of liquid. Seems like they have around the same. Maybe this one is maybe a little bit bigger. But then it's storing there at least, so we have it stored. And then for the windmill, we're just gonna be looking at the recipe, as we need to make a windmill as well as a kinetic dynamo, I think it was. But windmill first. Of course, there's other windmills from other mods too, but I kind of like this one because it has that visual look, so you're actually seeing this big windmill spinning. So that is definitely something I want. And to make that, we just need some treated wood, and treated wood are... Doesn't it show the recipe? Oh, maybe I pressed on the wrong one. Press there. Yeah, any type of wood with a bucket of the oil makes that wood. And also we're gonna be needing some hemp, as we did start planting some of it, but I should just plant some more, just so we have that growing, because we're gonna be needing a lot of hemp to improve the windmill and also make it look nicer, as it has that white cloth on it, which in my opinion looks nicer than just a piece of wood. Okay, so we're gonna be going and grabbing a lot of wood. Actually, I'm gonna grab it from the tree farm, as this one needs emptying anyway. So two stacks, where we just make one like so. And then we're gonna be needing our bucket. So we're gonna be needing to make a little bit of those planks. Can I... bucket, it should be in the tool section, yes. And there, and then we're just gonna go grab, put it in, and let's see, at least make 16. So bloop, and doop. Just a little, need to do it over and over. There. In a way, it would be faster if we had 2 buckets, but I'm doing so good now, so I'm just not gonna be running back. Also nice that we're getting charcoal from melting the oak, and it's not costing us anything to do it. It's just costing a little time. But if you have a lot of cook ovens, then you can actually make a lot of charcoal in a way for free, and then automate it. So that's very cool. Gonna make at least one more. Of course, if we make too much, I know we're gonna be using treated wood for other stuff anyway. So I'm not too worried if we make too much. There, now I think I more or less emptied it. Yeah, there it is empty. And we're just gonna take those away, and we're gonna be making some treated sticks, because it was like this and like so, and then we make these. Can't remember how many we needed. That is then 8. So we just in case, just make 8. There. Of course, we could have more windmills later on too, but this is just for now. And then we are gonna be taking 1 iron, which should be there. And then take an iron in the middle, and then surround it with the windmill blades, and voila, we have a windmill. And then we need to make the this one, kinetic dynamo. And that is with some iron, redstone, and a copper coil, which is then those low wire coils. So it's gonna require a little bit of copper. I would say around 8 copper should be plentiful. And then we needed 3 iron as well as, press wrong, 2 redstone. And this one needs 1 iron too, yeah. Okay, so we need 1 more iron. There, we should actually put some more iron for melting. I can't remember if we did it, but just to be safe, yeah, we didn't do it. So melt up some more iron. Always nice to have laying around. And we actually need our hammer as well as shears. So we're gonna take our hammer and smash the copper plates, and then we're gonna take and clip them up, and then we're just gonna make some normal sticks, put 2 of them in there and surround this one like so. That gives us low wire coil, and then we're gonna surround that. Wait, oh, I got a bug there. There we go. There we go. And that gives us the copper coil and iron and redstone, voila. Kinetic dynamo as well as our windmill. I think actually I want some connector as low as a low voltage wire relay as one of these, because we don't have any way to store our power yet, but at least we're gonna be hooking it up to our system. Not quite sure where I want it, as this is just temporary till I find a good spot. But this is actually going to be making us free energy for more or less ever. I wonder, let me just test something first. If I have another relay here, can you have 2 relays connected to the same connection? No, how many can you have from one relay then? Oh wait, let me have the wire first. Okay, that one cannot. What about to that one? Okay, so you can have at least 4 points going to one relay. That is good to know. Of course, there's a maximum amount of power that can flow through, but still good to know. I think we are actually gonna be, because I kind of want the windmill to be a little bit higher up, like a tower we make and so on. So building the tower just right now, I don't think would be that pretty. So we're just gonna be making the standard little tower here. I think maybe I'm a little too far up. Bloop. Let us just test. There, and I'm gonna be taking our hammer. I think our hammer works on this mod too. Is it any way? I at least know the windmill should go this way. So bloop, and there we have a windmill. It should eventually start spinning, I think. I don't think it needs connection. There we go. So you have an animated windmill, which is very cool. And then actually I can already see I brought too few wires, which is just great. We're gonna have a connector. Maybe I need to even go one further out. Bloop. There. And cut that one away, and then we have it there. So in a way this one just connects to that one, and then we would have one that needs to go down. This is the dangerous spot. Oh, phew. There we go. And I have a feeling it's too far from there, so we might need a relay in the middle here too. But there we have our little windmill, of course. Not looking pretty, but at least it's a windmill. That will generate us free power, and as Renir being lazy, even gathering canola is too much work for him. So having a windmill just making a little power, so the tree farm at least can always be working, for example, is good enough for him. And of course I will be moving it later on. And it's just gonna be a nice little extra buffer in case we were to screw up the power in some way. Then we always know that there's a little wind power going on. So let me just think here, what were I doing? Yeah, making more wires. Gonna need, yeah, I think we're just gonna make one. So hammer those up and then use the shears to cut them up, surround them around a stick. And we have enough relays, so we could just go back to work. Can I go? Thank you. And then we're just gonna be using the jumping tactic again. Again, not the prettiest guys, but I'm just gonna make it functionable now in the start. Can it go all the way up? I have a feeling it can't. Oh, it can. Ah. Well, then that should actually be working. Of course, we're not talking about a lot of power here. Of course, the higher up it is and the more of those wind sails it has, the faster it will be working. But for now, this is actually good. Let me just check something here quickly. If I were to remove you, so now there's no more power in that direction. Of course, it's not using that much power either, because there's not really much work going on. But what we could do is we could plant some more saplings, and then we can actually see how much, if it's enough to actually keep the gatherer here functionable, and as well as the sludge refinery. That would actually be cool. I'm just gonna be planting a lot of saplings, as I don't have a planter right now, so I'm just manually planting stuff. As you can see, not gonna be planting too much. There. Just gonna filter these to see if we could squeeze in anything, but nope. I also have tried I planted some canola and then to see if it actually tears down the entire canola plant, as it did. As I was hoping that maybe I wouldn't need to use a planter then, but yes you do. So this one is draining. In a way we can almost see it on this one. So it's not 100% managing to keep the energy, as it is actually draining slowly, as this wire in a way works as a small storage bank. I can see it's draining a little, but if we were to give more sails to this one, I actually think this can actually be running the tree farm, and then I don't need to be refueling. But of course, everything here is just temporary. This is just me testing out, as I can really picture some sort of windmill higher up here, and then maybe on other places too, like maybe a windmill tower that has a windmill in every direction. Could be cool. And we're also gonna have water mills where there comes water from. I'm kind of thinking of building some kind of garden further on, and Renir has big plans. I might be saying something now and then suddenly I come up with something else too, but I like having big plans, but I have learned to take one project at a time. So yeah, now we just have this one running, and kind of what I want to do then is I want us to start moving stuff over to the new room, as this room here is just going to be Renir's living quarters, to say it like that. So there's not going to be very much functionality or items that do stuff, to say it like that. That is just more where Renir comes to relax. So we're going to be tearing down these stuff, and that is also one of the reasons why I kind of moving the oil generator now, because I kind of just wanted to run on wind, that one, and then we're going to have the oil generator moved over there for now. So we are just going to be chopping up this, and our inventory is full. Great. Canola is taking over. Not Corona, but canola. I really It's so close when I'm pronouncing them, so I'm trying my best to not say the wrong word. Okay, so I kind of want to use most of this line here, as we're going to be putting wires and so on underneath. Is just to set up everything first. So I kind of want pulverizer and furnace, and they're not going to be connected. We are going to be making a more connected system later on, but this is when we're doing kind of like the manual work, then I don't want them to be automated so it pulverizes and then melts, because it might be that we want to make some different alloys with the dust. We have a chest here, and the hoppers are gonna go there. Then we need to go get more of the stuff, but our inventory is getting full. I think if we grab, for example, this chest, and then we were to put in some stuff, and I actually, in my last Let's Play, I actually made white concrete farm, and that is still working, where you actually, I guess it's a little, could you call it a bug or something? I'm not quite sure if they intended to have it like that, but you can actually turn 4 string into white wool, and then you can take that wool and pulverize it, and you get guaranteed 4 back and have a 15% chance of getting white pigment. So then in a way I'm actually getting white pigment for free, which I then can use to make these white stained planks. So good for me, but is it intended to be like that? Most likely not, but I am exploiting that future. Because I hate killing skeletons and hunting for skeletons and getting other white options. So why not have that the easiest one, which is just to pulverize and recreate wool. And me talking, let's continue there. And let me think now. I kind of want some kind of generator room, maybe on the other side, or maybe underneath, like we have a basement. I'm not quite sure, but again, we're doing temporary stuff, and then we will be moving more and more. I might be doing some stuff here and there off camera, but just take these first. And this one is probably full with canola, isn't it? Yes. As you can see, the power has drained from here, so this one is probably draining too, but it's still going to be functionable, but it's not just going to be working in the greatest of speeds. But we're fine with that. Let's see. We place these in the seeds. I'm not going to be having this many canola seeds, but you can actually turn them into seed oil, which can be used for other things, for other mods. So that's at least good. And let us see. What if I place away a little of the wood? Save up some space. And then we can go back here and just grab the rest of the things. And these ones too, we're going to be grabbing. I'm not quite sure if this one keeps its property, but I actually have a feeling it does. Let's just drop that one, and then let's go in over here first. I'm gonna have these indoors for now. Gonna be grabbing this. Plop, plop, plop. And let us see, the press and so on, we could in a way have indoors here too until I figure out more stuff. So we're just gonna have it like so. These are keeping their properties, so that is good. Having the hopper there, and then put in the canola again. So that is working. Of course, we will run the wires under the ground at least, but for now this is a little better setup and a little bit more spacious, and we don't need to really go outside, which is handy. And then we're going to be chopping away this. Hopefully it keeps its property. Well, we just lost a lot of latex. Okay, we lost it sadly, but that's okay. actually gonna be bringing some bricks as well as some wood, so we can fix it. And what was that sound? Spooky sounds. And let me just check here. Yeah, it's running on, is it 6 RF per tick? This one has full energy though, but that one, it's not running on very much energy, but it's at least a little bit, which is plentiful now that we have a lot. As you can see, it's still working fairly well. So I'm not too worried, and this is totally free energy, and it will just keep working forever until somebody breaks it, of course. So that is good. And let me break up this, as there's no need to have the power going this way. Awesome. Okay, and then we're just gonna be repairing our house a little bit. I didn't bring dirt, did I? Yes, I kind of want a little dirt here. There, we're also gonna be needing a ladder. A ladder? Why did I say ladder? I mean stair. We're gonna be needing some brick stairs. And I don't actually think we have that much clay, so let's just steal those. And then we're gonna be needing dirt, those stairs, and then the house is repaired on that side. Let me just think here for a second. I'm gonna break these up, melt them, make some bricks, and oh, we have a little bit here though. Could melt a little bit more. There, and then we're just gonna take a bread and eat a little bit. So be warned, those that are having their headset on high, this might sound a little high. Nom nom nom. And yeah, what was the other thing? I think we need one plank for the floor. We even have some bricks here. I think this should be enough. I think it's 6 for one stair. Dope, 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 dope. There we go. Was that everything, or have I forgotten? Oh wait, yeah, dirt. Bloop. That is a stack. That should be plentiful. Yeah, bloop, bloop. We're heading out. And over here. Placing that. And placing that. And then just gonna get some dirt underneath here. Like so. Actually want a little bit more extension going this way, and then we're just gonna kill off this water. Like so. So then it looks like we were never there. Very good. Of course, again, we are gonna be expanding this way too, and might be building some kind of wall so we can actually go out safely too, but we're gonna be having it look nice. I guess I could potentially just have a little show of what's going on the top here too, just so I show that off. We also had that underground under here, so, which I really like. I really like that there's a lot of options of where you can go. Of course, everything is under construction, but I like that there's multiple ways to get into the house, as there's at least 3 ways now into the house, unless you consider the balcony an entrance too. And this is the stairs. We might add more stairs later on too. This is into the bedroom, which then has a door to a balcony here. Might be that the balcony even connects to other places too. Like, I kind of like there's options to go everywhere. Like a little maze, so if we eventually when we have a huge base, it might be a big maze for somebody, but I know all the roads. And here we just have some windows for to bring in some daylight. And then we're gonna have a big room here too, where the roof kind of curves over. But could be a nice little thing here. And I'm not gonna be covering up the storage room here, so we're gonna have some sort of fence. I'm gonna try to see if I can find something that kind of goes only to the edge. I think there's mini blocks or something. I'm not quite sure, but there's some kind of wall fencing you can have, so it only goes to the end here. Kind of like a slab, only turned the other way around. So you can actually have a little lookout point here. So that's going to be nice. And yeah, the roof here is going to be a little taller and so on. So that is cool. I have a lot of building projects and also building around here. We're going to build like the house in around the entire area here. So this is gonna be like, it's gonna be open, but it's still gonna be inside the house in a way with an open skylight. But yeah, yes. So we got a little bit more done in this episode. Built that windmill on the background there, as well as moved our stuff. And time really flies when you're playing Minecraft. Like, we've already been recording for 30 minutes, and whoa, the time flies. But yeah, if you have any comments or anything you want me to maybe do in this Let's Play, or have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, what did I see? Me and ending videos, and then suddenly I have something more on my heart, and then we end up doing other stuff. But yeah, I want to thank you for you that watched all the way to the end. You're just awesome. And as always, stay safe, guys, and bye.